Welcome back. We find another painting in this room, and it seems to show some kind of structure with more skulls on top of it. Maybe it acted like some kind of lighthouse or orientation point for these ships. Now what I think is the case is that the warriors who fought these creatures are probably native to this age. They came to this island using these ships. Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's much else here. We can open the doors from this side, making it a lot easier to get back here. Let's see what else we can find in the arena. This looks a little bit like that tower we saw in the painting just now. There's a button. Oh, and it opens that door. Looks like there's a similar construction on the other side. Not very hard to guess what that's going to do then. It'll probably open the other door. And it does. Now we need to get back down. You can see there's an opening in the wall there, which will allow us to get back down. I wonder what this was used for. Was it just an elevator, or was it maybe used to weigh the jewels they got or something like that? I honestly don't know. We can get down from here. Then we can go in here, which, as I said before, is probably how the warriors, these natives we saw in the paintings, would get in here to fight with the giant fish which came in through there. Well, let's check out what's in here. What I really wonder about, though, is did these natives do this voluntarily, or were they slaves and did the Dunny force them to do it? I don't know, but considering that Asher seems to have liked this place, probably the latter. They were probably slaves. I'll check out this passage first. Let's see where this goes. It just takes us to the other door. Not particularly helpful. So let's check out that other passage. Isn't it nice how I'm assuming that there were slaves here just because Asher likes it? Gives you a good idea of how much I think of Asher right now. Seems that this is a dead end. Seems there's some kind of plate on the floor here. And an opening in the ceiling. Some kind of control here. And a plate on the floor there. Not much happens when we stand on it. Let's see what this does. Oh. Why can't I do that? Oh yeah, looks like you need both hands, so maybe it's really heavy. In which case you wouldn't be able to do it while carrying the slate. While the controls on we saw outside, they could be operated with one hand, so that's probably why you need to drop the slate for this. I'm going to draw the snake symbol on it just to make sure that the barrow won't take it, because I don't want to have to go back and pick it up. Nothing apparently happens when you raise that thing. Let's see what happens when we stand on this plate now. It raises that pillar. So what I guess would happen is that the warriors would be lowered down through there, and then they would go outside to fight. And you should note that they wouldn't be able to get back up there without help, because you need one person to stand here to raise that pillar, or somebody could presumably also do it from upstairs. They won't be able to get back up without any help, reinforcing the idea that they probably weren't doing this voluntarily. So how can we get up there? I mean, we don't have any help. Maybe it'll work if we just drop the slate on there. But it doesn't. But we do have help. We have the barrow after all, so maybe it'll work if the barrow stands there. Which it does. How nice. Oh. That's unfortunate. They don't stand there long enough. And although I had the symbol of the snake on it now, if you just draw nothing on it and drop it there, they will stay there for exactly the same amount of time as they link out to return the slate to the pedestal, and you also won't be able to get to the top. We need to find a way to get the barrow to stay there longer. So what kind of symbol can we draw on the slate that will make them stay longer? Well, drawing the snake symbol didn't work, because that just means they will come back later, which doesn't help. We need them to stay there longer, not come later. Drawing the pain symbol probably wouldn't help, because it didn't seem to take them particularly long before they left with that either. But we have another symbol we can draw. The singing symbol. Because that seemed to take them a few seconds. They were singing. So hopefully that will take them long enough to raise that pillar up all the way. And hopefully I drew that correctly. Apparently I did. And apparently the singing takes them long enough for us to get to the top. Nice. So now where are we? I don't think we can fall down the hole, so I don't really need to worry. We are in a maze of passages, all alike. The only difference appears to be the color of the light at the end of each passage. And this passage has a side passage with more controls to bring the pillar back up, so we could use that to go back down if we wanted to. But let's see what we can do with these lights. Oh, they're actually buttons. What happens when you press them? Not an awful lot. These tunnels end in dead ends. Which also have buttons on them. So each end has a button on it. Pressing them doesn't seem to help. But we did see that piece of paper with the colors red, red, green and blue on them. So maybe that's the order we need to push the buttons in. Well, we've got a red here. And there's a red here. And there's a green here. And the blue here. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. But we'll have to figure out what we need to do here in the next video.